Hey guys, it's me, Julie Varholt again. Hello. Also known as Lovely Buttons of Clown, Miss Beulah Pearl, Lovely, all kinds of clown names. I'm a professional clown in Arizona. And I'm working on a series of videos for you guys. I have one that's been on YouTube for a couple years now, and I've already got over 51,000 hits. Yes! And it's for August clown makeup. Now this makeup video is going to be for Whiteface clowns, okay? It's going to be more for a teaching tool. Not for critiquing or competition. It's so you guys can learn the proper way to put on whiteface makeup. I've watched several videos online and not real happy with most of what I see out there. So, gonna do my own. Ta-da! First of all, wash your face. Get all the makeup, all the dirt, all the grime off, okay? Then I'm gonna slick my hair back, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Now, I wet my hair a little bit because you're going to need to put a skull cap on if you're going to wear a wig. Now, I use Got to Be Glued on my hair to hold my hair down. Don't be shy with how much you put on there. Okay? Holds my hair down and keeps it to where it's not going to move. Nothing looks worse than hair that's coming out from under a clown's wig when they're entertaining. It's very unprofessional. So I put in Got to Be Glued, slick that puppy down. As you will put a rubber band in the back to hold my hair back. Guys, if you have long hair, put your hair in a ponytail, slick it back. Ladies, there's lots of ways to hide your hair. I have a friend who has extremely thick hair and it goes down past the middle of her back. She braids it and wraps it around her head, and that hides her hair. It's beautiful. All right, a couple different things. Skull caps. If I'm doing my classic white face where I use a white feather wig, I wear the white skull cap. That way you can't see it underneath the wig. If I'm going to do a purple, then I'll just use the dark one. So today let's go with the dark skull cap. Put it on. I'll be right back, okay? Aha, I'm back. Okay. I just remembered why I hate skull caps. These things are tight. Now, depending if you want your ears to show or not, you'll hide your ears. There's several different kinds of skull caps. You can buy the full one that comes all the way down, goes around your face, comes around here. I don't like those. They're just too confining for me. So I use an actual skull cap you can buy sometimes in the dollar store. And I always pop my ears out. So do whatever you guys want. Okay? And I usually clip it down too, because these things move. And it's very annoying if you're entertaining a crowd or doing a show and you can just feel your skull cap going back. It drives me nuts, so I clip mine down. Holds them in place. There we go. Now let's start the fun. Okay, Whiteface. Whiteface is the clown that completely covered in white. You're gonna need to do your makeup. If your ears are gonna show, you need to do your ears. Okay, the only ones that you have to do your neck if you guys are gonna be whiteface. The only ones who don't have their neck done is the mime. Okay, so makeup. This is Midnight Clown White Professional Grease Paint. Don't use face paint, use grease paint. If you're gonna be a clown, do it right. All right, now I put a glove on because I don't like all that paint on my hands. It's just something else you gotta wash off. And there's a couple different ways you can do the white. You can just put it all over your face in sections if you want. Or what a lot of clowns do, they'll put a big glob in their hand and they'll warm it up and then they'll just smear it all over their face. So however you want to do it, that's up to you. I was a white face, for about 3 years when I started. But living in Arizona, it was just too hot to be a white face. So I switched to an August clown. Again, if you're gonna do, let's just talk about your nose real quick. If you're gonna put a full clown nose on, you don't have to get crazy and do your nostrils and stuff. But if you're gonna put a little nose tip on, you might even consider putting a little bit of white in your nostrils. If you're doing competition and things like that, you have to hide every little speck. But we're not doing competition today. We're just gonna play. All right? So the thing about putting on makeup is you've got to practice. You can't just do it once and voila, you're a professional clown. You know, it takes a couple years to get comfortable with putting your makeup on and being happy with your look. It literally does. So don't be discouraged. Don't get anxious. Just like any art, it takes time. Education is a huge must in this industry. Doctors, if you want to become a doctor, you don't just put on a stethoscope and poof, you're a doctor. You have to go to school. You have to learn. It takes years to become a doctor. Same with a clown. It takes years, people. Clowning is an art. It's an art. And if you're going to learn to do an art, take it seriously and do it right. Let me put a couple tissues underneath right here so I don't get it on my shirt. I usually wear, in the summertime, if I'm going to be Whiteface, I wear a dickie. It's a short version of a top. It's a turtleneck that's been cut off. All right, in the wintertime, right now it's winter in Arizona, which is still gets cold. I have the full turtleneck on. So wear a dickie, even if you're in a goose. A dickie's a good thing to wear. That way you don't have too many layers of clothes on. All right, for educational purposes, I'm gonna stop there. Oh, no, maybe I won't. If you're gonna do it right. I'll do my whole neck, all right? And my ears, might as well do my ears because the wig I grabbed, my ears show. But again, you don't have to have your ears show if you don't want to. So we'll do this one, but we won't do that one. All right, now the next step, once you get it all on there, you see how goopy it is and how uneven it is? You have to set your makeup. Setting your makeup is basically patting. You're getting the makeup down inside your pores. Don't hurt your eyes though when you're doing that. You're getting it in every pore, in every crack and crevice. It takes a minute. Make sure you don't have it on goopy or heavy. Have it the same thickness all the way around. La 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 la. Anywhere there's makeup, you have to set your makeup. This keeps it from being sticky once it's powdered. If you see any spots that need to be fixed, just move it around. Again, Whiteface is all white. Ronald McDonald is a Whiteface. A lot of very famous clowns were Whitefaces. I started out as Whiteface, but it was just too hot, so I switched. Okay, there you go. That'll do it. It's pretty much evened out. You get the picture. Scary, huh? Oh my, that's another thing. You see my teeth, I can't help laughing. My teeth are white, but when you put bright white next to off-white, it makes them look really weird. See that? So as a Whiteface clown, we don't do a whole lot of full smiles. It's a lot of, compared to, okay? Because you can see right there what I'm talking about. I forgot about that until I did it, so try not to smile too much. Okay, next step. We're going to be, let's put this away. When you're done with the color, always put it away. Next step, let me take off this glove. There we go. we're going to be cutting out the areas that we don't want, that we're going to put color. Okay, now let's see. Usually you start from the top and work down. So we're going to need eyebrows. I will do the same eyebrows I use as my lovely Buttons characters. And we use a good old Q-tip. Now some people take and they'll wet the Q-tip. Just stick it in your mouth and wet it. That's up to you. You can do whatever you want. Either way works, with or without the spit. And once it's dirty, throw it away. All right. Right now I'm going to do it without the spit. What you do is you're cutting out an area where the different color of paint will go. That one's a little on the thick side. I prefer not to have it thick, but I can go back. Now if you do mess up, one thing is nice about the white is very forgiving until you put color in it. So I can take this and I can cover it back up since I kind of messed up on it. I'm not happy with that. Fill it in, pat it down, start over. Okay. Now, your left side usually is the harder one to do than your right side. This is my left, so I'm going to, since I drew the right first, I'm going to try and match it up. Now, if you've never put on makeup before, what you're going to try and do is look for the areas where your eyes have, what's the word I want? Where they're expressive. See how when I move my eyebrows, how they move? I put my lines usually right underneath my line that's on my natural skin. Because you can see where the line is, it goes like that. That's where mine will go. So those look pretty even. So now I'll cut out the little, see if I can cut this one out too. When I say cut out, that basically means erasing. All right. And let's see. Let's do a couple little, oops, I need another Q-tip. A couple little blurps. Maybe just one blurp. There we go. So far so good. Now, I'm going to be doing my mouth too, so I found there's a little trick that I learned years ago to make a perfect circle. The cap off of a toothpaste lid is round, it's circular. I'm going to be cutting out these areas there. See, I just laid it down and turned it. It gives me an area where I'm going to be cutting out. It's a perfect circle. It's kind of like cheating, but it's a good way to cheat. And you'll take your Q-tip and you'll erase. You kind of turn your Q-tip as you're doing it. And then you, see, I can only use one Q-tip per area because that's a lot of white paint that's got to come off. So carefully cut it out, turn your Q-tip as you're doing it. That's pretty even. Now for my lips, again, erase with your Q-tip. That's about right. Throw it away as you go. I'm just going to do a simple little mouth. So let's go like that. There you go. And you erase it. Turn it as you go. Turn it in your hand. Flip it over. Turn, erase, turn, erase. See? Starting to look dorky. No comments. Now see, I have the lines on the side here. I don't go past these lines with this particular design, because if I do, it's gonna distort. It's gonna distort these round circles. They call them pips. I don't know why, they just do. And I've got really good cheeks, so we're gonna be putting some blush on the cheeks. But for now, we'll keep it simple and do that, okay? Now, black, I use a Pro Nose black. I've had it for years. Pro Nose is some wonderful, wonderful makeup. It's spelled P-R-O-K-N-O-W-S. And I use brushes. I started out with the pencils years ago, but you don't get the pure color as you do with a paintbrush. And each paintbrush, my black, this is the only brush I use for black. Red has a specific one and white has a specific brush. They don't touch. I keep them separate, keep them in tissues, and each one is a different shape. This has a roundish shape to it, and it's flat. So I usually start out with, when I apply the black, see, this fits the area that I'm going to be painting. So let's go over on this one. Now, black is not a forgiving color. If you mess up, you have to usually erase a big section and start over. So be very careful with your blacks. Now I'm going to just simply lay this one down. That applies the color. And see, since I have kind of a round area cut out, we'll do kind of a round eyebrow. And then carefully, very carefully, go back in and shape the shape you want. Everybody's face is different, so you'll need to pick the shape that works for your face. And usually you do your left side first, which I didn't do, because your left side is harder to do. Okay. They're not perfectly perfect. This one needs to be a little more round on the edges. Come on, fingers. Let me flatten that out again. I'm laying it down inside my makeup so I can try and get the brush flat again. There we go. Usually I use the mirror behind me and I get really close, but we have that covered up today. Now I'll do some little side blurps. I call them blurps. I really don't know what the technical term is. Try to not get very thick with these lines. It takes away the beauty of your makeup if your lines are too thick. This is a max I will go on the thickness. Okay, and I'm not going to do any cute little doobie doobies down my eyes. You can if you want. It's your face. You can do whatever you want. But I'm not going to. All right, when I'm done with my black, I put it away and close up my black. Okay. Go to the next color. We don't need beige today since we're not doing a goose, so I'll get out my red. This is Pro Nose Red also. He makes, to me, the most brilliant red available on the market. I've used Leon's makeup for years, and I absolutely love it. There's several makeups out there. Jim Howell has a great makeup. Again, you could do the Ben Nye, whatever ones you like, use it. It's your makeup. It's your face. If it makes your clown toes tingle, do it, okay? But I use Pro Face. Again, this is a different brush. It's flat, but it's square. I seem to get a better, I can manipulate it better. So let me get a little closer to the mirror and to you if I can. And I'll outline first. Okay. All right, you think of this, when I do my makeup, as a coloring book. First you do an outline and then you fill it in. There we go. Now we'll go back and fill it in. Okay. Now guys, if you have beards and mustaches, 99% of the guys will shave them and just make their faces absolutely smooth as they can. Since I don't have a beard and a mustache, I'm not sure of all the rules about that, so I'm not gonna do it. If I was a guy, I'd have mine lasered off. But I'm not a guy. So now for the mouth part. I'm not gonna talk because if I talk, it's gonna smear, so I'll have to powder and then I'll talk. So bear with me. There you go. Again, I'm turning my brush as I'm using it. There you go. Ta-da! Cheese! Okay, put it away. Close the lid. Okay. Now I'm going to powder, okay? Powder, like baby powder. I use Johnson & Johnson's Day powder and this. See, that's on there. Don't need a lot. Near it around. I start with my mouth first. Now I put some on there and then I blow. Try really hard not to breathe this stuff in. It can create asthma and other breathing difficulties. So my mouth is done. Now I'll go up and do my eyebrows and then we'll work on the rest of the face. Now with this kind of thing, you just put a little bit of powder on there. You don't need a ton. You really don't. Plus, you know, I try not to use hardly any. I do my main areas first and then I'll go back very carefully. I just simply lay it on there. Pat, 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 pat. To your neck. To your ears. Pat, 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 pat. Now go back, and if any areas are sticky, see it's sticky right there, you'll need a little more powder. Not much, just a little bit. Your sticky is telling you you missed. Usually your eyes get sticky too. Let's see, eyes feel pretty good. Feels pretty good. Carefully. You can tell by your black if you hit it or not because it changes colors. And your red. Sorry. Don't breathe it in. Now a friend showed me that if you take and you pat it, this helps your makeup stay perfect forever. One of the prettiest white face I've ever seen is her name's Barb. I can't think of her last name. Taylor, Barb Taylor. She's a white face. She was with Ringling for years. Sweet, sweet, sweet woman. She has the most beautiful white face makeup I've ever seen. And she says you go back and pat it back down. Kind of work it in. And it helps it stay longer. Okay, that's pretty good. I look like a Harley Quinn. And close your powder up, put this away, and now we'll, if it needs brushing off, which it usually does, you just take your makeup brush. This is a large poofy makeup brush I use, and very softly brush it off. Just softly, you don't need to hit it hard. And it really won't be anything coming off your white, but you can do there if you want to. All right? Again, if you touch it, you'll feel if any areas need fixing. Now I like to put a little embellishments on my white face, So what I use is this. This is actually face paint. This is a neon yellow. You can do whatever color. Well, they say don't use pink. Pink is more of a frightening color. I use yellow or a blue, and I have a brush that I apply it with. Now, they've come up with a powder now that you can mix with your white to get these colors. It's neons, and it's a Mexican product. And it's a powder you mix, so you can take your powder and you just boop, 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 and you work it in to your white. Well, but this, I simply paint it on with a brush and then give a little bit of boof. And see how it brightens? It brightens the eye. Difference. Okay. I'll show you what the blue looks like. Let's see. Remember, this is just for teaching purposes, so I'm not going to be doing a contest or anything. So let's get, this is blue grease paint. I used white grease paint with some blue face paint, and I mixed it together really good. Now with the blue, let's see. Oh, we'll go use my finger. Get a little bit on your finger, and you can paint it on there. Blue is a wonderful color to add to your clowning. It's very subtle and it's friendly. So kind of work it in a little bit. You can barely see it. This is just a very, very light blue. If I was going to use blue all the time, I would I would find a color that's a little, well, a smidge brighter, not much brighter, just a smidge brighter. There we go. See, there's the blue, there's the yellow. The blue is calm, very calm. Let's see, Kleenex. Or you can use baby. If your hands get all goopy, baby wipes are wonderful. They're in the other room, so I'm just gonna use Kleenex. So we got one blue, one yellow, which is okay. Now for the cheeks, there's several ways you can do cheek. You can take your red paint and you can just touch it and pat it and work it in if you want. There's that way. I prefer a powdered blush. If you go to your costume store, your local costume store that sells professional theatrical makeup, this red was a theatrical makeup, a blush, an actual blush makeup, and they come on a palette, probably 30 different colors of red. You pick the one that works best with your skin tone if you're Auguste, or if you're Whiteface, the one that works best with whatever face you're going to do. So this one, I dropped it one day, so I can't tell you what it is. And I put it in a little tiny Tupperware because this stuff's expensive and I didn't want to throw it away. So I have my little tiny brush, just put a little bit on there and just lightly powder it. Okay, you can put it up as high as you want. See? Very light, very simple, very light. And if you get too much on there, you could even take your finger and work it in. And the more you work it, the more it will go into your skin. But especially if you, yeah, see, I'm already powdered. Since this is a powder makeup, that works. Let's try, out of curiosity, let's take a little bit of the red. Remember, this is for tutorials. This is not for competition. I'm showing you guys different ways to do this. Just gonna take just a little bit, just a few dots, okay? And since I'm already powdered, it's gonna give me a totally different effect. Yeah, see, I don't really like that. It's more of it's gonna come out more pink. See the difference between the red and this one? This one's a pink. If I wasn't powdered yet, this would work better. But since I already powdered, it's giving me a totally different effect. Yeah, and see how I'm smudging my white underneath? Because I'm rubbing on it. It's okay from far away. We'll call this the 10-foot rule. If you stay 10 feet away, you won't notice. Okay? Again, when you're done with that makeup, close it up and put it away. And put away your brushes. Let's see, what else can we do with this? Now, black works good too as a mouth, especially if you're a guy. It's a masculine color. I don't really recommend it for women, but if it makes you happy, do it. Let's see. We can also do a little bit of playing here. If you want to do some little lines, boop. If it makes you happy, do it. I really look like a harlequin when I do that. You can do that, but again, you're going to need to put a little powder on there. And to make your eyes pop, we'll do that after we do the, I won't do that black yet. Let me get some in here. Now, see how you can't see my eyelashes? They're very, very, very white. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put mascara on. If you can pull off some of that white makeup, it helps a little bit, but you don't have to. If you have delicate eyelashes, don't do that. Good old makeup. Use the stuff that does not come off with water. Use the what do they call it? Waterproof. Put it on there. Usually it takes a couple layers. And you can do the top also. That gets some of the white off. I wear false eyelashes, but even though I wear false eyelashes, I still put mascara on. And guys, use mascara. It's not gonna hurt you. It's gonna make your eyes pop. Come on. See how that eye it pops more than this eye? It's because I don't have mascara on this one yet. You can even do eyeliners around your eye if you want. Let me go ahead and put some mascara on this. That's up to you. Eyeliners are great if you're not going to do false eyelashes, ladies. Guys, you can even do the eyeliner if you want. You do whatever makes you happy, okay? And you have to practice. Have to. In the clown world, we can tell which ones are professionals and which ones aren't. If you want to be just a person in a costume, go for it. If you want to be a real clown, practice. All right, let's see. Where's my... There. Today I'm going to do my full nose. Here's my nose. Oh, it's on a string. I use the elastic. It's a jewelry thread you use to make bracelets and necklaces, and then I string it. I string it through. You knot it on the inside, and it goes through on the outside. Okay, so we'll put that down. I'll get my eyelashes out. Get my eyelashes. Your eyelashes, being stinkers. Okay, eyelash glue. Now when I do my Auguste face, I use black or gray dark tone glue, but for my white face, I'm going to use the white glue. And if you're not going to do eyelashes, you can skip this part, but don't go too far. All right, let's put a little of this on there. And let it set for a second. Actually, about a minute if you can. I can't wait that long. Too ADD. I'm actually what they call ADLS, attention deficit. Look, squirrel! So, whoops. And this is eyelash adhesive. I use my eyelash adhesive on a couple of spots on my nose because I'm allergic to latex. So, I always put my nose on next. Oh, isn't that cute? Look at that. How cute I am. Position where you need it to go. See? I cut my nose out underneath. See that? Okay, don't look up my nose. I cut the bottom of my pro nose out because pro noses come with actually just 2 holes drilled in them. In Arizona, it's just too hot. So I cut the bottom of my nose out with the cuticle scissors, and I could breathe better. All right. And the string, you don't really see the string. It's there, but it's okay. Now eyelashes ought to be done about now. Let's see if I can do this well. Let's see. It's gonna be an act in itself. Come on, fingers. Do, 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 do. I get it. Sort of. There's one. Since I'm not really up close to the mirror, it's hard to tell. I think I got it. Let's do this one. Again, eyelashes take practice too. If you're gonna do eyelashes, when you buy eyelashes, they come about this long, they're really long. Cut off a good 1/4 of an inch to 3/8 of an inch off the eyelashes, off of the long, this side, because the eyelashes are too long and it's very awkward on your eyes. So I always cut off a section, just throw it away. You don't need it. Okay, make sure I got load on there, right? Ta-da! Got my eyelashes. No, I like that blue, but see the difference in the blue and the yellow? And even the powder blush and the cream. He's so cute. And again, you can do whatever you want with your makeup. It's your face. Let me pop these out and see what I look like with this wig. This is... Okay, let me put it on. Get there. Hey, I make myself laugh. What can I say? Put that there. Pull this down. Oops, I got a straggler. Tuck some of this up inside. Ah! Look how cute I am. Now see, since this ear is showing, it has to be painted. This ear's not painted. It doesn't look right. So if you're gonna wear a wig where your ears are showing, paint your ear, okay? And this is actually my Auguste hat, so that's why it's got this here. I'm gonna pop this up here because you can see that big time. That looks dorky. So let's put that there. And these are my ponytails. Aww! So, I hope you enjoyed this video. I look silly. 32 minutes later, you learned how to put on white makeup. Now, another day I'll do tramp, and another day I'll do classic, okay? If you want to watch my August video, go to type in Julie Varhold, Julie, this is on YouTube, Julie Varhold, Varholdt, Julie Varhold, and all my videos will come up, or you can go to my website, which is lovelybuttons.com, and I'll have everything there too. Okay? All right, guys, until next time, bump a nose, mad clown love, bye-bye!